Ladies, gentlemen, dreamers, fighters, wherever you are in life, I want you to remember one thing. Winning doesn't mean defeating others. Winning means conquering yourself. It means showing up even when you feel like hiding. It means staying loyal to your values while the world pressures you to fold. So here are the 9 rules that helped me win, and they can help you too. Rule #1. Own who you are. Your identity is your superpower. The first rule to win in life is simple but life-changing. Own who you are. I mean, truly own it. Your past, your roots, your culture, your voice, your quirks, your pain, and your power. Because the moment you begin to apologize for who you are is the moment you surrender your potential. I've walked into rooms where I was the only one who looked or sounded like me. I've been told I wasn't fit for a role because I didn't match the mold. But what I learned is this: your uniqueness is not a weakness. It's your strength. When you stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable, you start expanding into who you're really meant to be. Don't fit and stand out from Bollywood to Hollywood. I never tried to blend in. I knew I was different, and I let that difference speak louder than fear. So many people waste years trying to imitate someone else's version of success. They hide their accent, they downplay their culture, they erase their truth. But true power comes when you say, "This is me, take it or leave it." You're not meant to be a copy, you're meant to be an original. The world already has enough imitations. What it needs is you in your full authenticity. Silence the noise. You'll always have people telling you what you should or shouldn't be. They'll project their insecurities onto you. Some will try to dim your light because they're afraid of your shine. But listen, none of them get to live your life, so why should they write your script? Learn to silence the noise around you and tune into the voice within you. That voice, your intuition, your truth. It's your compass. Follow it. Your story is power, not shame. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe your journey is messy. That doesn't disqualify you. It qualifies you. Your story, with all its highs and lows, can become someone else's inspiration. Own it, speak it, walk in it with confidence, because when you own your story, no one can use it against you. In conclusion, owning who you are is not arrogance. It's alignment. It's recognizing that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and nothing about you is accidental. If you want to win in life, start by being unapologetically, radically, powerfully. You. Rule #2. Work like no one's watching. Hard work is the ultimate equalizer in a world obsessed with quick fame and instant gratification. Let me tell you a truth that never changes. Hard work still wins. Talent can open a door, but hard work keeps it open. I've seen people with half the talent go twice as far simply because they outworked everyone else. When I started out, I wasn't the most experienced or the most polished. But I was determined to show up earlier, stay later, and learn faster than anyone else in the room. I didn't rely on charm, I relied on grind. Show up before the applause. We live in an age of validation. Likes, followers, praise. But real winners don't chase applause, they chase progress. You can't build an extraordinary life if you're only working when someone's clapping for you. The real magic happens behind closed doors, in silence, when no one is watching and no one is rewarding. It's those 5 a.m. wake-ups, those rehearsals, those script readings, those auditions, those endless retakes that people don't say. That's where excellence is born. You have to fall in love with the work, not just the results. Prepare like a champion. People often ask me how I stay ready for so many different roles, platforms, or challenges. The answer: relentless preparation. I don't walk into anything unprepared. Whether it's a scene, a speech, a red carpet, or a new venture, I do my homework. You don't get lucky by accident. You create your own luck by preparing harder than anyone expects you to, even when you're tired, even when no one is clapping, because when opportunity shows up, it doesn't wait. It expects you to already be ready. Let the work speak for you. I've learned that you don't need to boast about how hard you're working. Let your results do that. Let your growth, your performance, your breakthroughs speak on your behalf. It's not about screaming for attention. It's about delivering results so undeniable that they command attention. The loudest person in the room isn't always the most powerful. Sometimes it's the one who's been quietly putting in the work all along. In conclusion, to win in life, fall in love with effort. Show up early, stay focused, and keep your head down. The world may not always see your struggle, but one day it will stand up for your success. Because in the end, hard work never goes unnoticed. It just waits for the right moment to shine. Rule #3. Say yes before you're ready. Fear is not a stop sign. One of the greatest lies we believe is that we must feel fully prepared before we take a leap. That's simply not true. In fact, most of my defining moments happened when I said yes before I felt ready. When I said yes to Miss World at 17, I had no clue what I was doing. When I moved from Bollywood to Hollywood, I wasn't fully confident I could make it. But I did it anyway. Why? Because fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal that you're growing. Growth lives outside the comfort zone. The comfort zone is safe, predictable, and limiting. Nothing great happens there. Real transformation begins the moment you step beyond what you know. That's where your character is tested. That's where new skills are built, and that's where your true self is revealed. When you say yes to the unfamiliar, you unlock parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. It's not about being fearless, it's about being brave enough to move with your fear instead of waiting for it to disappear. You don't have to know it all. Just begin. Many people hold back because they think, I don't have all the answers yet. But let me tell you a secret. No one starts out knowing everything. You learn on the way. Confidence comes through doing, not waiting. If you wait to be fully ready, you'll wait forever. Some of the most successful people I know jumped into opportunities with more grit than guarantees. They figured it out as they went. That's the mindset of a winner. Take the risk or lose the chance. Every great opportunity in life comes wrapped in uncertainty. It's risky, yes, but the bigger risk is saying no and never knowing what could have been. Whether it's applying for that job, pitching that idea, launching that business, or speaking your truth. If your heart races at the thought, that's your cue. Say yes. You'll never regret trying, but you might always regret not trying. In conclusion, saying yes before you're ready is not about being reckless. It's about being bold. It's about believing that your future self will rise to the challenge even if your current self feels unsure. So when the next door opens, walk through it. Even if your knees are shaking, that's how you win. That's how you evolve. That's how you create a life that amazes even you. Rule #4. Be your own competition. Comparison is the thief of joy in a world full of highlight reels. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We scroll through social media, watching others achieve milestones, win awards, get married, have babies, launch businesses, and suddenly we feel behind. But here's the truth. Someone else's timeline has nothing to do with your purpose. Comparison dims your light. It turns your journey into a race you were never meant to run. If you want to win in life, you must stop measuring yourself against others. Your real competition is the person you were yesterday. Focus on progress, not perfection. There will always be someone richer, more famous, more followed, more praised. But instead of obsessing over where they are, ask yourself, am I better than I was a year ago? Am I growing mentally, emotionally, spiritually? That's what matters. The most powerful kind of success is the quiet, consistent kind that happens behind the scenes. Track your progress based on your growth, not someone else's Instagram feed. That's where self-respect is built, brick by brick, step by step. Master your mindset. Winning in life starts in the mind. If your inner dialogue is full of self-doubt and toxic comparison, no external success will feel like enough. Learn to affirm yourself. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Stop waiting for others to validate you. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own coach. Be your own competition. Set your own goals. Push your own limits. Break your own records. That's the secret to fulfillment. Not chasing someone else's dream, but becoming your own version of greatness. Turn jealousy into fuel. It's okay to feel a sting when you see someone else win. That emotion is natural, but what you do with it is what matters. Use it as fuel. Let it drive you to work harder, to dream bigger, to grow stronger. Don't let envy paralyze you. Let it push you forward. Every time someone else succeeds, it proves that success is possible. Let their story inspire yours. In conclusion, life isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than you used to be. When you focus inward and commit to your own growth, you become unstoppable. Compete with your old habits, your old mindset, your old limitations. That's where true power lies. And once you become obsessed with leveling up your own life, you'll stop being distracted by everyone else's. That's how you win, not by comparison, but by transformation. Rule #5. Build a tribe that builds you. You become who you surround yourself with. Let's get one thing straight. Your environment shapes your energy. Your circle influences your thoughts, your choices, your ambitions, even your self-worth. If you're surrounded by people who criticize your dreams, who drain your spirit, or who can't celebrate your success, you need to change the room. Winning in life doesn't happen in isolation, but it also doesn't happen in toxic company. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Look for builders, not drainers. Some people are batteries. They charge you, energize you, challenge you to become better. Others are like black holes. No matter how bright you shine, they try to dim your light. Learn to recognize the difference. Surround yourself with builders, those who support your vision, who keep you accountable, and who aren't afraid to call you out when you need it. Real friends don't just clap when you win. They walk with you through the storm and push you forward when you're stuck. Find people who respect your growth as you evolve. Your circle should too. Growth will sometimes make people uncomfortable, especially those committed to staying the same. If someone can't handle your growth, they're not your tribe. A real tribe celebrates your glow up. They don't see your shine as a threat. They see it as proof that rising is possible. Be with people who inspire you to stretch higher, dream bigger, and rise stronger. Protect your energy like a queen. You are not obligated to keep people in your life just because of shared history. Time does not equal loyalty. If someone repeatedly makes you feel small, unworthy, or invisible, it's time to let go. Protect your peace, guard your dreams. Your energy is your currency, and you can't afford to waste it on people who don't add value to your journey. Loving someone doesn't mean sacrificing your self-worth. Sometimes winning means walking away. In conclusion, you were not meant to do life alone. But you also weren't meant to carry dead weight. Build a tribe that builds you. Friends, mentors, partners. Choose people who want to see you win and who aren't threatened by your success. The right circle will lift you higher than you ever imagined. Because when iron sharpens iron, greatness is multiplied. And when you have the right tribe, even your hardest days can become stepping stones to your biggest victories. Rule #6. Don't just break ceilings. Redesign rooms. Breaking barriers isn't the end goal. We've all heard the phrase, break the glass ceiling. And yes, breaking through barriers as a woman, as a person of color, or as an underdog in any industry is powerful. But here's the thing, once you've broken through, don't just stop there. Don't settle for squeezing yourself into a space that wasn't built for you. Redesign the room. Make it inclusive, make it bold, make it yours. Real winning is not just about getting in. It's about changing the entire system. You deserve more than just a seat at the table. Too many of us are taught to be grateful just to be included. But inclusion without influence is not equality. If you're in a space where you can't speak up, can't bring your full self, or can't lead, you're not winning, you're surviving. Stop settling for permission. Start owning your power. Don't be afraid to speak louder, stand taller, and shift the culture around you. You didn't come this far just to fit in. You came to stand out, create space for others too. Winning isn't just about you. It's about legacy. True leaders don't close the door behind them. They hold it open for others. When you redesign the room, make sure it's big enough for other voices too. Use your influence to lift others up, to amplify the unheard, and to challenge the status quo. Whether it's in your office, your industry, or your community, leave it better than you found it. That's how you multiply impact. Rewrite the rules. Why play a game that was never designed with you in mind? Change the game, rewrite the rules. When I entered international entertainment, I wasn't interested in being palatable. I was interested in being powerful. I didn't want to just fit into existing categories. I wanted to redefine what those categories could look like, and so can you. Don't ask for approval to dream big. Take up space, lead with vision, challenge traditions. Be revolutionary. In conclusion, breaking the ceiling is brave, but redesigning the room is world-changing. You weren't meant to shrink to fit into old systems. You were born to reimagine new ones, so don't just knock on doors, build your own. Don't just follow paths, create new ones. That's what winners do. They don't settle for access. They create legacy, and when you start thinking like that, you stop asking for a seat. You start owning the building. Rule #7. Turn pain into power. Pain is a part of the process. No one goes through life untouched by pain. We all face heartbreak, rejection, loss, failure, moments that feel like the end. But here's what I've learned. Pain doesn't destroy you unless you let it. In fact, pain can become the very thing that molds you into your strongest self. The most powerful people I've met aren't the ones who have had it easy. They are the ones who turn their scars into symbols of strength. Feel it, then rise from it. Don't numb your pain, don't bury it. Feel it, cry, break, fall apart if you have to, but then get up, use that pain as fuel, let it teach you, shape you, strengthen you. After every storm in my life, whether it was public criticism, personal loss, or deep self-doubt, I chose to rise, and every time I rose, I came back with more grit, more empathy, and more wisdom than before. Pain doesn't have to paralyze you. It can prepare you. Your story is your strength. So many people are ashamed of their painful pasts, but your story, with all its dark chapters, is your power. It's what makes you relatable, human, real. Own it, share it, use it to inspire others who are walking through something similar. I've learned that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength. When you can stand in your truth, even when it's messy, you become unshakable. Let pain awaken purpose sometimes. The pain we experience isn't just about us. It's about what we're meant to do next. Maybe that heartbreak was the push you needed to focus on self-love. Maybe that rejection redirected you toward your true calling. Maybe that betrayal taught you how to trust yourself more deeply. Pain has a way of revealing who we are and what we're made for. If you let it, pain can be the fire that awakens your purpose. In conclusion, you don't win in life by avoiding pain, you win by rising through it. Every time life knocks you down, you have two choices: stay down or rise with even more power. Choose the rise, choose to turn your pain into your power, let it sharpen you, define you, and launch you. Because when you learn to transform your wounds into wisdom, your past into power, and your mess into your message, you don't just survive, you thrive, and that's what winning truly looks like. Rule #8. Stay curious, stay hungry. Complacency is the enemy of greatness. The most dangerous place you can reach in life is not failure, it's comfort. The moment you start thinking, "I've made it," is the moment you stop growing. Real winners are never satisfied with yesterday's victories. They're hungry for more learning, more evolving, more creating. I've learned that it doesn't matter how much success you've had. If you stop growing, you start shrinking. Staying hungry is what keeps you sharp. Staying curious is what keeps you relevant. Be a lifelong student. The most powerful people I know aren't the ones who pretend to know everything. They're the ones who are always open to learning. From every script, every set, every culture I've worked in, I've remained a student. Curiosity is what drives excellence. Ask questions. Explore new ideas. Read voraciously. Listen deeply. The moment you believe there's nothing left to learn is the moment you fall behind. The world is evolving every second. You should be too. Don't just work hard. Work smart. Staying hungry doesn't mean exhausting yourself. It means staying alert, aware, and adaptive. It means staying innovative. Ask yourself often, how can I do this better, smarter, more impactfully? Whether you're building a brand, leading a team, or chasing a dream, staying curious helps you spot opportunities others miss. It helps you grow not just wider, but deeper. Intelligence is attractive and innovation is irresistible. That's how you stand out in a world that's constantly changing. Keep dreaming bigger. Curiosity fuels creativity. Hunger fuels ambition. You should never outgrow your dreams. They should keep evolving with you. When you stay curious, you don't just follow trends. You create them. When you stay hungry, you don't just accept the status quo. You rewrite it. Whether it's switching careers, learning a new skill, traveling to a new place, or launching a new venture, keep moving forward. That's how you stay alive on the inside. In conclusion, winning in life isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking better questions. It's about staying humble enough to learn and bold enough to pursue the unknown. Stay curious about the world. Stay hungry for your own evolution. Because the moment you stop exploring is the moment you stop expanding. And the ones who win, really win, are the ones who never stop growing. Keep your mind open and your spirit on fire. That's the secret. Rule #9, define winning on your own terms. Success isn't one size fits all. Society has a formula for success. A big house, a flashy job, lots of followers, maybe a perfect relationship on top. But here's the truth, those markers don't define everyone's version of winning. Real success is deeply personal. It's not about checking off someone else's boxes. It's about living a life that feels right to you. One where you wake up with peace, go to bed with purpose, and don't feel like you're wearing a mask in between. Ask yourself what really matters if you strip away the noise, the pressure, the expectations. What does winning truly mean to you? Is it freedom? Is it health? Is it creative expression? Is it raising a family, building a business, or just living with joy? Too often, we chase goals that don't even belong to us. We're running a race we never signed up for. But the moment you stop chasing someone else's dream and start defining your own, that's when real fulfillment begins. Choose purpose over perception. Winning is not about how others see you. It's about how you see yourself. It's about living with integrity, doing what aligns with your values, and not needing external validation to feel worthy. There have been times in my life when I looked like I was winning on the outside, but I felt empty inside. And there have been quiet seasons off the spotlight where I felt more alive than ever. Why? Because I was aligned with my truth, and nothing beats that. Your timeline is yours alone. Don't let age, expectations, or comparisons rush you. Life is not a competition. Your journey is unique. Some people find success at 20, others at 50. Some people get married young, others never do. Some build empires, others build peace, and all of it is valid. There's no right way to live a meaningful life. The only wrong move is living for someone else's definition of success while abandoning your own. In conclusion, to truly win in life, define what winning looks like for you, and pursue it unapologetically. Your life is your art. Your journey is your own, and your success should reflect your truth, not the world's expectations. Because the greatest freedom, the deepest joy, and the most lasting success come when you live a life that is authentically yours. So define it, claim it, love it, and let that be your victory. Thank you.